Does consuming protein before sleep accelerate muscle growth? You probably already know that protein is essential for muscle growth, but a major doubt still persists, since rest time is when the body builds muscle. Does consuming protein before sleeping increase muscle growth? Or is it not worth eating before bed to avoid disrupting sleep? Stay attentive until the end because we'll discover not only if it works, but also which type of protein might be more efficient for this specific moment. Before we begin, please tell us through the comments your name and the city from where you're watching our content. Well, before we talk specifically about pre-L protein, we need to understand the basics. Muscle grows when training stimulus causes micro tears in the fibers, and the body, with the right nutrients available, repairs these tears, making the fibers stronger and thicker, which we call hypertrophy. Much of this reconstruction happens during sleep. Why? Because it's when the body releases significant amounts of growth hormone, testosterone, and other anabolic hormones. Deep sleep is literally the most intense muscle-building moment of your day. If the body needs proteins to build muscles and construction happens mainly during sleep, it makes sense to think that having amino acids available during this window would be advantageous, right? But does science confirm this? In 2016, researchers conducted pioneering research to examine the impact of nighttime protein consumption on muscle protein synthesis rates during sleep. They discovered something fascinating. Protein consumed before bed provided amino acids that served as precursors for building new myofibrillar proteins throughout the night. In other words, the body was actively using those amino acids to build muscle while you slept. It wasn't just a matter of reaching your daily protein goal. The specific timing of consumption before sleep showed additional benefits. This study was one of the first to clearly demonstrate that the sleep window represents a unique opportunity to optimize muscle recovery, and in at least 5 subsequent studies on pre-L protein intake, casein tended to be the favorite choice. Why casein? Because it's digested more slowly than whey or most other protein sources. The logic was that a slow-digesting protein would release amino acids steadily throughout the night, fueling protein synthesis for longer. It seemed to make sense, but is it really the best option? Although some studies have compared different proteins, none had directly tested the effectiveness of different sources when consumed immediately before bed until recently. This is where we enter a key topic, the 2023 breakthrough, or casein. In 2023, an innovative study addressed exactly these open questions we had. 36 young, healthy men consumed a shake 2 hours before sleeping, containing 45 g of whey protein, or 45 g of casein protein, or a calorie-free placebo. Before the shake, all participants completed 60 minutes of endurance cycling to ensure the body was in a recovery state, similar to what happens after an intense workout. What makes this study so valuable is that researchers measured both myofibrillar protein synthesis, which is important for strength training adaptations, and mitochondrial synthesis, more crucial for endurance adaptations. In the case of myofibrillar protein synthesis, which is what interests us when talking about hypertrophy, the results were as follows. Those who took Quin recorded an 18% increase compared to placebo. Meanwhile, those who took whey recorded a 35% increase compared to placebo. For mitochondrial protein synthesis, we produced a 14% greater increase than casein. Surprisingly, whey, better known for its rapid digestion, maintained higher circulating amino acid levels than casein for most of the night. This goes against what most sports nutrition professionals believed until then. The authors attribute whey's superior effect to its higher leucine content. Leucine initiates and sustains the muscle-building process by directly stimulating a fundamental anabolic signaling molecule called mTOR, which typically contains about 10 to 12% leucine, while syn contains approximately 8%. After all, why is this leucine so important? Leucine is one of the 3 branched chain amino acids and is recognized as the most powerful metabolic trigger for muscle protein synthesis. When you consume protein with a high concentration of leucine, this amino acid acts as a key that turns on the muscle-building process, even when other anabolic signals might be reduced, such as during sleep. Leucine activates the M0 pathway, which functions as the command center for cell growth. When activated, mTOR triggers a cascade of cellular events that culminate in the synthesis of new muscle proteins. This 2023 study suggests that leucine content may be more important than digestion speed when it comes to pre-L protein. Whey, even being faster digesting, generated